Hey guys, what's up? Ian Fins here, and if you guys still torn between these two cameras, the Panasonic GH5 or the Panasonic G9, you guys need to check out this video. Let's get started. One of the key advantages of having a GH5 is you can shoot a cinema 4K on this camera. It is a big deal for filmmakers because a cinema 4K files is a bigger file which you can edit a lot better on post-processing, and those features you couldn't find it on the G9. The second feature that the filmmaker will love about this camera is you can use an anamorphic lens on this camera, and there is a feature to de-squeeze the footage so you can view the result right away on this camera without any external monitor. Sometimes it can be very challenging to expose your shot, especially when you're shooting outdoors and the sun reflects straight away to your LCD. And the good things about having the GH5 is you can always turn on the waveform or the vector scope, so it will help you to expose your shot properly. The fourth feature that I think is great about this camera is you can always change the shutter speed into a shutter angles. A shutter angles is commonly used on the cinema camera like a red camera or a Blackmagic to expose the shots, and it is a lot easier for the director of photography or the filmmaker to use this camera as a backup aside of their cinema camera. Sometimes it can be pretty hard to do a focus tracking from one object to another object, especially when we do it manually. And for those big production like a music clip or a commercial video, normally they will have a dedicated person to do a focus pulling, which for us as a YouTuber we cannot afford that. And the good thing about the GH5 is you're able to do a focus transition preset on the camera, so you can always set the focus on your first object and you can set focus on the other object and the camera will rec automatically. The last features that the GH5 is better than the G9 is the GH5 has a slightly bigger screen from the G9. As you have heard just now that the GH5 offers a lot of features, but there are a few features that the G9 has but you couldn't find it on the GH5. And one of the key features of the G9 is you can shoot a faster burst rate. It can goes up to 20 frames per second with mechanical shutters, and it can goes up to 60 frames per second with electronic shutter. And next is one of the key reasons why I've been using the G9 more often than the GH5 for some of my work is the better autofocus. There is no doubt that the G9 has a better focusing, both single focus point and continuous focus. The third features that you couldn't find on the GH5 is on the G9 you can shoot on the high-res mode. It can goes up to 80 megapixels, which is normally it will be very handy for landscape photographers because you can blow up the pictures really big with 80 megapixels. As for the viewfinders, the G9 and the GH5 has the same resolutions, but the G9 offers a better magnifications, so I find it is more comfortable to use a viewfinder from the G9. There is no doubt that everyone knows the Lumix camera has a very good image stabilizations, but if we compare from the G9 and the GH5, I have to say that the G9 has a better image stabilizations. As for the ergonomic design, I find that the G9 is much better than the GH5. It has a better handles, the hand grip is deeper so you can hold it properly, and the G9 is slightly lighter, so if you hold this camera for a longer time of periods, this will be a better camera. Okay guys, in summary, I find that the GH5 is a better choice for filmmakers. So if you're not doing any photography, you have to choose GH5 because it offers a lot more features for filmmaking. And as for the GH9, I find it that it is a perfect camera for a hybrid shooter. So if you're like me, because I'm doing a lot of photography and filmmaking at the same time, I find that the G9 is a better option. And that's all for today guys. I hope this video will help you to decide which camera to buy, and if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, and I'll see you till the next episode. See you guys.